guys and gals? Thanks for stopping by my post today and checking out this video. Just wanted to share something with you all that is super simple, but yet has been very impactful in our store, both from a profitability standpoint, process standpoint, as well as customer experience and transparency. It's just completely changed the way that we do business, and that's my karma. Now, I want to start by saying that my karma has not asked me to do this. They are not sponsoring this video. This is just something I felt like I wanted to share with you, because I know there's got to be some guys and gals out there in my chair right now that are trying to get over this hump, that are trying to find the next big thing for their department, to change process, to change profitability. And listen, if that hump includes those things, if it includes customer experience, and you are still doing paper multi-points, you need to watch this video. I'm telling you. These things here are the most useless piece of paper in your department. And when I got here in 2020, there was cases of them. Cases. And they were being stapled to every single repair order just out of a means of routine. But you know what happens. These guys aren't checking all these things. They're checking the boxes off. But they're not looking at the car, and they're not giving an honest assessment of the condition of the car. There's no accountability here. It's taking up space. It's costing you money. You're paying some print company out there to print these things up, and it's just useless. So do me a favor. If you have these in your store, go into work in the morning and throw them all away. Be environment friendly. Put them in the shred box. Let's recycle them. Go start a bonfire with them. Take them home for your kids to color on. Don't attach them to an RO, please. Just rip the Band-Aid off and make the change. Let's move past this, because they are useless. Okay? Good. Now that we have that understood, let's talk about My Karma. Great tool. We already had it in place here, and we're utilizing it from a communication standpoint for the messages, the text messaging, the phone calls. But for a few months after I got here, we were still using the paper multi-point, and they reached out, showed me the process. I'm in. I mean, anything was better than those paper multi-points. So what I love about it, simple. The guys just chime right in on their phone, on an iPad. It's very well laid out. And what I mean by that, it's very simple. I've looked at several systems, and in my opinion, many of them out there are over-engineered. There's too many steps involved. If you want buy-in from your technicians and from your advisors, it needs to be simple. The tech has got to be able to do everything right from the palm of his hand. So let me show you kind of how this looks. Let me show you a technician inspection video. One of our guys that I want to show you, Joshua, in our express crew, does a killer job of looking over these vehicles and doing a video every time without fail, and the customers love it. Man, they absolutely love it. So y'all check out this video right here, and then we'll come back in here in just a moment.
My name's Joshua, and I'm going to do a quick overview of the vehicle with you. Tire tread on all four tires is looking pretty good as far as depth goes. Same as the rotors, they're looking nice and smooth. Pad life still has decent life to it. When it comes to suspension here, everything's looking good except for your upper ball joint right there. It's busted, and I believe you have to replace that whole upper control arm. It's like that on both sides. They're both busted. So I definitely recommend doing something about that. I'll take pictures of everything and notate it on your ticket for your advisor to go over. Underneath here, I don't see any leaks of any kind, no oil, coolant, transmission. Everything looks good and dry. Your belt up here in the ribs, it's starting to get a few little cracks in it, so you may want to think about a new serpentine belt pretty soon. But underneath here, everything looks good and dry. No signs of like debris damage or anything like that. Rear diff is good and dry. So are the axles. Suspension in the rear is looking pretty good. Tire tread, like I said, it's looking pretty good all the way around. Even the spares looking good. Rear rotors nice and smooth. Pad life still decent in the rear as well. Same on the other side. Show you that. Give me just a moment, I'll lower it down, show you under the hood. All right, look underneath the hood here. Brake fluid's starting to get a little dirty. I'd recommend flushing that out and get some good clean fluid in your lines. Oil levels full when you came in. I don't see any leaks or anything like that coming from the top of the engine bleeding down. You do have some pretty good engine knock when it came in, just valves clacking. It's just making a clacking sound as soon as you came in. Also, it was a little hard to start, so maybe soon, maybe think about a battery or get it checked out. It's just hard to tell, what exactly the problem is without getting it diagnosed. But definitely some engine clacking when it pulled in, and just a little hard to start. It seems like it wants to hesitate when trying to start up. Engine air filter, I'd recommend replacing that pretty soon. It's pretty dirty, so I'd recommend replacing that. Coolant actually looked pretty good, and I topped off your washer fluid. All my recommendations and everything I'll note on your account for your advisor to go over. But give me a moment here, let me finish your service up, and I'll get you out of here ASAP. Thanks a lot.
Man, yes. That gets me fired up, gets me excited, man, because that is night and day better than this. And not only did Josh take the video of that, he went back and took some specific pictures, I'll show you in a moment, for each concern on the multi-point inspection. Just took a couple of minutes of his time. And let me tell you, your technicians, no matter what they say, they have time to do it. You'll also see your approvals will increase. When customers get to see that, they get to experience that. You break that wall of that's been put up because the customer doesn't believe us. I mean, things that we do happen behind closed doors. The reputation that dealers have out there. I mean, seeing is believing, and there's your car, Mr. and Miss Customer. There's your car right there. Your filter, your battery. It's hard to start. Your belt's a little bit cracking and it's getting dry. This is your car. It's you. But hey, here's all the good stuff too. Let's not forget about the good. Listen, your tires look great. Your brake pads look great. Your rotors look great. There's a lot of good about it too. So you're doing a good job taking care of your car. Man, this equips a service advisor with great news and great information for the customer, for them to see right there in their hand, on their computer at home. It's great. You can take that, you'll text the link over to the customer, you can email it to them, you can preview it with them right here in the store. Once the technician has done their part, the advisors on the back side will see this. If you have it set up to go to parts, it can go to parts, so the parts department can make quotes as well and then ship it over to the advisors. Essentially, there's a status tree, if you will, that the multi-point goes through from not started to assigned to working to in process to parts and labor estimates or to all green if there was no recommendations. You can set up that tree however you want it to work in your store. When the advisor goes into it, all the things at the top, that's what was originally on the repair order, the original customer request. The things down here are the items that Joshua recommended in the multi-point inspection. While he was doing that, you can see which items have media. You can easily click here at the top, go through those items that are yellow, green, red. If a technician clicks any of them as red or yellow, it's going to make that recommendation on that item. We can review that media again right here and see everything that's attached to it. Advisor can make some additional, maybe time and mileage recommendations. I put everything in the system based on opcode. This truck, let's say we want to add a tune-up to this. Just type in keyword, stick it right there, save it, shows up here at the bottom. What's really cool is before you ship it off to the customer, you can click preview and you get to see what the customer sees. What I like the most is the inspection video is the very first thing that the customer gets. So they spend a couple of minutes, they see that you put some effort into really looking over their vehicle and making sure that it was safe. They're going to see the items they came in for. Then the items that are in the red, They can approve or decline those right there from their phone. They'll see the items that need some future attention, and then the items in green. And did you notice too, when Josh was making these recommendations, especially the hard to start and the recommendation for the engine noise, he didn't make any ill-informed, recommendation or diagnosis. He made it very short, very quick, very generic. Hey, you need to get this looked at. It's tough to tell what's going on with it without it being diagnosed. So the technicians can get into this and make it very quick. Our main shop technicians use this as well. The techs like it because they can see what the advisor's doing. They can see if their work was sent over to the customer. The moment it gets approved, technician gets a notification. The process just keeps moving. I'm telling you, this is where you got to be. If you want to take customer experience to the next level, if you want to take profitability to another level, and in the midst of that, if you want to be able to track it all, you got to get off of paper multi-points. If that's in your store, get rid of it. Get it out. Contact My Karma. Contact some of those other guys that are out there. There's a lot of them out there. Shoot me a message if you have any questions or you want to get any more info about how we use this in our process here. I'd love to help you with it. And anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch you next time.